Okay, if you're watching this, that means you're checking out the TriForce coaching option. So I want to thank you for checking out our webpage, and hopefully I can answer any questions you have right now. So let me do a little screen share so we can see the current coaching options we offer. So, the coaching options that we have, also we have a team membership without coaching right now. During COVID, it's just $29 a month. So and basically let's start off talking about that, because all this same stuff comes with any coaching option you get. So what's really cool right now during COVID, we have a special where we have a basically off-season training plan that it's a flexible plan, can be dialed up or down. That's good for just about anybody. So if you want to get fast, you want to get strong and train the TriForce way, now you can do it for $29 a month. It doesn't come with coaching, checking in or anything like that. That's for the options above. But if you want a training plan, you want to be part of the community and part of the education that we'll talk about in a second, join our group, our weekly rides, etc. This is like a screaming deal. So I just opened this up for COVID just because I know people are going to definitely could benefit from the community. So we have, like I said, you get a training plan and training peaks weekly. We do weekly rides on Saturdays. I do that virtually every week. So it's a 3-hour ride, but you can join for more, join for less. And just for an example, today we rode easy for an hour and a half or so, then we hammered up the Alp to Zwift on Zwift, or some weekends we'll do some reps. Other weekends might just be more of a chatty, endurance ride up, in the hills. But, I kind of shake that up and rotate it to make sure we're touching on all the key things we want to be working on in the off season. We've got a Wednesday ride, that's some harder intervals. So off season, we'll touch on a lot of VO2 max type stuff, a mix of things, but, that workout is accessible, can be done by anybody, if you're in reasonable shape. You can join our team Facebook group. So we have a great community, everyone from newer triathletes just getting started in the sport. They're excited. We've got people who've qualified for Kona on the team. So we kind of have the whole gamut. Everyone's super friendly, super supportive. It's not the type of place where people argue or anything. It's a very, very positive place, very friendly place. And within the Facebook group, I have something called TriForce University, and Facebook has what's called learning units. So I'm populating that all the time. And we also have weekly coaching calls where we get on about a certain topic. And basically the goal between TriForce University and the coaching calls is to make sure that you're fully educated, able to execute your training plan, able to know how to race, able to know how to train. A lot of that education aspect, teaching you how to be a better athlete, how to make decisions in your training, that's to me as valuable as having a good plan or a good coach, when you can learn to make those decisions yourself, because it's usually the same few things over and over again that are going to, same basic things that are going to be the key to difference between success and failure. So that's what's included with the coaching with all memberships, including just the $29 TriForce membership. But now let's start here with the $249 Gold coaching. This is sort of what I might call my standard coaching package that most of my clients are on. So it's training plan, 100% creative for the athlete, building up their ABC races based on their personal level of robustness, ability to absorb training, based on their time to train on weekdays, trying to train on weekends. So it's fully customized for you. As you go along, 100% unlimited email, which all these packages have, because if you have a question, we want to make sure you get it answered. Now weekly, you'll get an email sent out to you asking how the week went. That gets sent back to me. I read your replies, then I go into training peaks and I look at all your, I look at your training, I check out your important workouts, and then I get back and I write you an email every week, giving you feedback on your training. So that's, the weekly feedback cycle. So every week I'm seeing how you're doing, I'm seeing how you're feeling. And as we go, I kind of go along for the ride, the ups and downs of your training, and I can get things dialed in. I can learn about you as an athlete, how you're responding, how you're doing. Now let's take a level up from that. So this is what I call standard, but some people prefer more context. So with the platinum package, it's basically everything that we just described in gold. except now every time you upload a workout in Training Peaks and leave comments, I'll get an email, and so I'll be looking at your workouts and responding daily. So that's daily feedback as opposed to weekly feedback. And the weekly feedback is also included here. So the daily is on top of it. And so that's just a way, for someone who wants really in-depth, really wants a lot of coach connection, that's a good option. Obviously, it's a lot more expensive just because it's a lot more time consuming. Now, going down a level from gold coaching. Now this is the silver package. This is new for this year. We used to have a package similar to this. So basically it's similar to gold, and then you get that email sent out to you. How did your week go? Now, most weeks on the silver package, the only feedback I get from you is your response to that email. So how did your week go? And, I'll ask you some questions in that email. How was your fatigue levels? How were your workout performances? Were there, were you feeling good and strong in each of the sports? Were you fatigued, life fatigue, all that kind of stuff? And that gives me the picture of what you're doing. And then that used to be the package for silver. Now what we added was a once a week Training Peaks review, because I found that people weren't giving great feedback. So this is sort of the backstop. So once a month, I'm going to go into your Training Peaks. I'm going to look around. I'm going to get a good picture, a clearer picture to sort of fill in the gaps of whatever your check-in was missing, or the information that I need. So that's the silver, a little bit cheaper, but the Training Peaks check-in by me is only once a month as opposed to once a week in the gold. Now the bronze package, I don't call this coaching, because the weekly feedback loop, the feedback loop of me learning how you're feeling, learning how you're doing, basically figuring out what kind of athlete you are. Are you a robust athlete who can handle a lot of training versus an athlete who fatigues more easily? I'm not getting there's not the feedback loop that lets me go along for the ride there. And that to me is the most important aspect of coaching. So I'm not necessarily going to call this package coaching. This bronze is what I call more an advisor. So I'm going to give you a training plan based on the information you give me. It's going to be customized plan, peaking for your races, ABC races, based on what I know about you, and unlimited email support. But it's not going to be the same coaching experiences as you'd get in the other packages. So basically, this is for someone who wants to be maybe a little more self-coached, but they want a plan, they want structure, they want to be part of the team, and they also want to be able to talk to a coach when they have questions or when issues come up. And so this, combined with the knowledge and the education in TriForce University, can get some really good results. And with all these packages, the less expensive packages, the more proactive you're going to need to be to get coach support. So you get unlimited email with the bronze package. So if you have a question, email your coach, as much as you want. Silver coaching, you're going to have to check in with your coach by email every week. You also get unlimited email. So plenty of opportunity for support, but the communication is mostly coming from you. Now with the gold, there's going to be a communication from your coach once a week, every week, by default, whether the coach hears from you or not. So that's if you're more of a passive person, you're not going to be, proactive about talking to your coach, that is a really good option. So those are our coaching packages. I hope I've, answered your questions. I hope I've given you some idea of, what the differences are. With all these packages, we've had success. The standard package, the 249 gold package, that's, been most of our Kona qualifiers, most of our people who made the real big improvements. That's probably the sweet spot there between, the package that we know works, it's effective. And that's because the mandated once a week contact from your coach. So, so I hope that we've answered your questions. I hope that you've got some useful information out of here, and I hope you'll join us for TriForce. There's no obligation. You join. If you decide you don't like it, that's fine. No hard feelings. But I think, most of our clients, they end up staying on for years. That end up making big improvements, and so I hope you'll be one of those people. Thanks for listening.